What's up, yo? Today, you guys, we are doing a dance shoot, which means I have to come up with some kind of dance. Coco's just staring at me right there.
Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow. Turn me up a little more. I'm setting traps, I'm alone. You know you whack, I'm a maniac. Boy, you know I'm black to the bone. Pick a place, nigga, pick a date. I go Goku, pick a low. Thought you was good, huh? Take you out back, Drake through the woods, huh? Thought I was weak, huh? You ain't see the work I put in all week, huh? Give me that, where the city at? Nitty gritty, this ain't gonna be pretty, Jack. Not afraid, get up out the way. Y'all used to hate, look at what you made. When it all goes down, I'ma run this town. Fire in my soul, got my eyes on the ground. I can't help myself lately, can't turn myself down. I'm in love with you, baby, but I let you down. I can't die in this town, I won't die in this town.
So I'm gonna do a dance to Die in This Town by the Sea. Just kind of a cinematic song, which I like because I can kind of do like fun stuff with it. You guys are gonna see when we get into the editing portion, but I'm about to just do some rehearsals. Gotta get some content to edit first. Isn't that right, Sugar Coco? Let's rehearse.
Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow. Turn me up a little more. I'm setting traps, I'm alone. You know you whack, I'm a maniac. Boy, you know I'm black to the bone. Pick a place, nigga, pick a date. I go Goku, pick a low. Thought you was good, huh? Once again, here we go. Know the name, know the flow. Turn me up a little more. I'm setting traps, I'm alone. You know you whack, I'm a maniac. Boy, you know I'm black to the bone. Pick a place, nigga.
Thought she was good, huh? Jimmy, thought she was good, huh? So the dance has been choreographed after a long needed nap. So now I'm gonna actually write out my schedule of what I need to do to achieve this shoot. So I'm gonna do that now. If you guys check out my last video, how to plan a photo shoot, you can kind of follow those very similar, honestly exact steps for this process. But I'm just gonna write down like literally what I need to do next. So let's get my wardrobe, my hair, set up the location. Then that's all going on the list. All right, y'all, we have look number 1. I got my mask, shades. Shoot outside. It's a beautiful day. So we're gonna be shooting in front of this garage. Right now it's really shaded, so we have to kind of hope the sun doesn't move too much. So we're gonna try and get these done as quickly as possible, but I'm gonna go get my computer, my other camera, so you guys can see behind the scenes. And let's get it before the sun comes out. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it here. I think we'll see in editing. Alright, y'all, now we are in editing in Final Cut Pro. So I already matched my clips to the audio. You guys can see how I did that in my how I edit a music video. on one of my more recent videos, I show you guys exactly how to match audio, but I matched all 3 clips to the audio. And now to clone myself, I'm going to look for the draw mask. So you want to put that draw mask on your top clip first. Make sure your top clip is whichever clone is supposed to be in front if you have them at different perspectives. And then I'm just going to open my inspector window here, and you'll get a pen tool once you do draw mask, and you're just going to basically draw a mask around this clone. Make sure you finish the mask where you start the mask, and then you'll see the next clone pop up. So you're it's kind of like you're cutting out the person on top. So I did add a bit of feather there just so it kind of faded in a bit more smoothly. Now I'm going to add a mask to that second clip so that we can get the third clip to cut out as well, and then add some more feather to this. Now I'm going to move this mask because it's kind of covering up that clone because of the feather. So you just want to kind of adjust it. Make sure you can see all 3 of your clones. And I'm just going to kind of play through it, double check, looks good. So as you can see, lots of movement here because it's a dance scene. So I'm going to actually show you guys how your clones can cross one another, and if you have a lot of movement in the scene, how you can adjust that movement. So first thing you want to do in the inspector panel under draw mask is actually click those little diamond shaped things, and they'll turn yellow under transforms and control points. So you want those control points selected, those keyframes, because that's going to be the key to being able to move your mask. So as you guys can see, I'm kind of using my needle here to go through the shot, and I'm just moving my mask as I go through each frame. So right there, I see my arm goes out there, so it's kind of faded out. So I'm actually going to double click to create a new control point, and I'm just going to drag that out. I'm going to double click again because I want to make sure it kind of cuts around my joints. And then that'll show my arm going out. Now I'm just going to use my arrow keys on my keyboard to go frame by frame. And I'm just going to move each frame to match and make sure nothing is covered. So this is a tedious process, you guys. You can't use your arrow keys to go frame by frame, but you're literally cutting yourself out at every frame. Good thing about Final Cut Pro is you can kind of advance a few frames. You don't have to do one frame, move a little, one frame, move a little. You can advance a few frames, and Final Cut Pro will kind of recognize the timing. So if you go back and you watch and the timing's not right, you can just tweak it a little bit at a certain point, and Final Cut will try to match the timing. So you don't have to go exactly point by point, but definitely the more frames that you do, the more precise it's going to look. So after I get that top clone, which is the most important one because it kind of crosses on top of other clones, I'm just going to go to that second one, and same thing, just kind of move over my mask a little bit, add those keyframes in there, and just kind of tweak it a little bit. That one doesn't need as much tweaking because it can go spill off into the edges. It's not in the center. So the next thing I did, you guys, was I actually went through and cut out some of the clones on certain parts. So if they messed up the dance a little bit or they used the wrong foot, I was being really picky about that. So I actually cut them out on that certain part. So you guys will see I kind of chose a part, kind of selected it and trimmed it a little bit. Again, if you want to see more details on just split trims, basic edits, and music videos, you can check out my how to edit a music video and I go over that a lot. But I kind of cut it out on certain parts, and I tried to bring it back and cut it out on parts where you actually hear like a hit in the beat, so it seems a bit more purposeful, almost like the clones disappearing. I thought this part was cool because you kind of see the movement of the mask throughout the shot. Another thing, you guys, I actually did add just one of the scenes at the very bottom here, just because when I do cut out the clone all the way to the left, if I don't have anything at the bottom, then it's just a black hole. So I just added a scene at the bottom just so that the garage is still there no matter who I cut out. So once I have that all cut out and I got the scenes that I like, I'm good to go. I hover over everything, turn that into a compound clip by right clicking, and then that turns that into a single clip. Now I go in and add my effects and transitions. So the first thing I did, you guys, was actually add in a Ken Burns. You guys see me use that a lot recently. So I just cut out the clip to where I wanted it to zoom in, and then I went to my crop tool, selected crop, Ken Burns, and then I just started really close to that first clone, and then I had Ken Burns end at the very end. And then this next clip here, you guys will just see I'm using my blade tool. I just select B to get my blade, or you guys can go into your tools and select your blade. And I actually wanted it to zoom in a little bit each time my hand pulled in. So all I did was I cut out those two parts, and then I went into the first part and I scaled it in, and then I went into the second part and I scaled it in some more, and then it jumped back to that next clip where we were back to where I was before. So very similar to the music videos, you guys. I'm actually going to just split and cut this clip at different beats where I want something to happen. So different from a music video, it's all one clip, so I'm just kind of cutting it where I see fit, instead of going between different scenes. But basically the same concept. You're just cutting it. If you hear a beat and you're like, ooh, it'd be cool if something, the earthquake started at this beat, then that's where you want to cut it. Once I have my cuts in there, the next thing I look at is transitions. I go to my transitions. I actually have the Lucas Erickson transitions, smooth transitions. I got these for free. You guys can just look them up. I found them on YouTube. And so I use a lot of those transitions. Every time I like kick the ground, I use that built up zoom in transition. And then I kept on cutting and I started to add some effects in there. So I just switched between transitions and effects. Some of the effects that I used were earthquake. So when I hit the ground, I wanted the earthquake to start, so I just dragged the earthquake effect. I went to my inspector window and kind of changed the amount of earthquake that I had. Again, added some more transitions in there, cut it up at different parts. I added the visual echo, which was kind of cool. It's kind of like the delayed effect I like to use, but it was already pre-made. And then there's just a scene where I'm kind of swiping side to side, so I use the slide left, slide right transitions in order to capture that effect. So you guys can have fun, play around with different transitions and effects, but you're just gonna cut and split your clip at different beats, and then you can add whatever you want in between those beats. So once I added in all my transitions and effects, then I just made another compound clip. So we have 2 compound clips within this whole project, and I put a letterbox on top of it. So I went into effects, letterbox, totally up to you if you want to do the letterbox. And then I just changed the aspect ratio to 255 and tweaked the offset a little bit to fit where I like it. And then we had the final results. So after that, you guys, of course, I color graded. You guys can check out my how I edit a music video to see me color grade, or just how I edit videos in general. I have a lot of color grade tutorials. If you don't have a computer available to you, I also have a how to color grade on iPhone video that you guys can check out. But that is how I created this dance video. That's how you guys can, you know, create your own dance videos, clone yourself, have fun with it, add effects. I had a lot of fun with this one, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. See y'all in the next video. Bye.